Hey everyone, it's me, Matt. Thank you so much for joining me today. I want to apologize quickly before we get this video started that the wind is pretty heavy here in southern Alberta, so the audio might be a little rough. As you can see in the distance, it's bringing in the smoke from the wildfires that is currently happening in northern Alberta. Really scary stuff. I unfortunately could not go and attend and to support that as a reservist up north here in Alberta, but I want to thank everyone who is supporting in the Canadian Armed Forces and the civilian services right now, trying to protect those Albertans and Canadians that are going through a really hard time with those wildfires in the north. So thank you. But yeah, the audio might be a little rough with the wind churning through this valley here. But you're probably wondering, well, Matt, why are you all rigged up as if you're in an OP? Well, I kind of am in my own makeshift OP, a very tactically unsound observation post, or OP, but I wanted to show you a product that was sent to me from Oneleaf.ai, and this is the NV200, and I wanted to make a little bit of a more informal, connective video that relates to what I do in my trade, which is looking for targets in the artillery. Now, of course, with a product like this, I would never actually be able to use or fire missions on this kind of thing because, you know, legally you have to use the issued equipment like the Vector binos or the Sterner equipment that we use, which is, by the way, perfect, really good kit. But it's a challenge because you can't record the footage. It would be nice to actually see the rounds land, share it with you guys, share it with people, but now I might have that opportunity to do so. So the NV200, it's kind of an all-weather kind of unit. I will share the link in the description box below and pin comments where you can buy this option. And thank you again, Oneleaf.ai, for sending me this product. It is a really cool bit of kit. It allows me to still see targets up to some serious ranges. There's a 40 times zoom on this thing. It has a pretty good laser rangefinder. I've been playing around with it, and right now we're observing my local golf course. I'm sure I'm scaring the golfers a little bit here, but don't worry, I'm not doing any peeping Tom action, okay? But it's really cool, actually. It's smoky out, so it's a little bit more difficult to get those accurate pings back for the laser rangefinder, or for getting that more vivid footage. And of course, it's also very hot today. It's plus 30, so we start to get a bit of that heat blur. But overall, this piece of kit is really nice. Ergonomically, it has, the two straps on the side there, which are really nice to be able to carry around and monitor your arcs without having any issues with dropping it, things like that. The eyepiece also nice and wide to get your face connected up there. We don't obviously want to be sharing any white light or any light if we're in a tactical setting, especially if you're hunting deer, which is really what this thing is designed for. Okay, it's not designed to be pulling in artillery and indirect fire. It's designed to be basically giving you some hunting options and to record your footage, because there's nothing worse than getting the perfect shot, a nice whitetail or a buck or something like that, and then not being able to actually show your buddies what you did. It's very clear, actually, and I'll show you the footage of how clear it is when you're using this thing, but it's very clear footage, very clear imagery. I must admit, it's not as used to the longer range finding that I'm used to, up to 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 kilometers away. This is certainly not what that's for. Again, this is for sort of your hunting shoots. You're going up to about 600 meters or so. You can see the addition that you put on top here. That is actually the laser rangefinder addition right there. And at the bottom here is the PIP, or the little laser pinpoint that marries up the two. So if you want to sort of at night pinpoint with a red dot your target, you can do so. Of course, we do have the 4K capability with 120 FPS viewing for your recording, so it's really nice. And I've actually just mounted this to my standalone tripod. There is a mount underneath here. It does come with a carry handle. Again, really nice. You don't want to be dropping this kit, right? It's expensive, it's sensitive. Having the ability to have that strap wrapped around you is really nice. And again, as I said, around the hands there, they're all easily removable if you don't like that. The lens focus here, just on the side, really easy to adjust. Very easy, and the buttons are very intuitive, right? Zooming is very easy. Laser pinpoint, or put your pip on there, your little red dot. You also have your recording modes and things like that, and you can take pictures as well, which is really nice. Now, I really want to use this, of course, in going on some fire missions, actually recording the rounds landing, video footage, which will be really cool to share with you as my viewers, especially those who are serving in the artillery, may have, those perfect fire missions where you're getting really good rounds on target, and you'll be like, oh, this would be so cool to record. Now, of course, there's security things involved with that. We have to get permission to record and do things like that. But with a tool like this, with the NV200, I might be able to get some really good footage here. So I'm really liking this overall so far. I'm probably actually going to spray it in the kind of coyote tan color, maybe put some camouflage scheme on here, cover up the lenses and give it some nice little tactical spin. But overall, I'm really enjoying this thing. It's really, really fun. We'll go through its technicalities and its technical details next, so you can get a little bit more of a look. For its price range as well, I think it's actually pretty good. Again, not for the sort of high-end professional use, more just of low-key hunting, but let's go check out the details and look a little bit more in depth of this particular item of the NV200. So time to take a look at this unit in a little bit more in depth. Now, unfortunately, I could not get any night vision coverage during this time because I just did not have the ability to stay beyond daylight hours, but it was able to get some really good footage of this golf course that we're going to look at. And you have to remember that with heat blur and the smoke that is going on, and just maybe my incompetence of using the unit, there is a little bit of effect of the blurriness at the range that we're looking at. But when we're looking at something that can go up to ultra long viewing at a distance around 6,500 yards in the daytime and about 656 yards in darkness, you're going to find this an ideal addition to your hunting gear, or just a standard setup for doing any bird watching, whatever else you want to do. In a tactical setting, maybe not as ideal. The range finding at longer distances was a bit of a challenge for sure, but it still gave me everything I needed it to do. So let's take a look at the footage of the golf course. So the distance these gentlemen playing this particular game of golf is about 2 to 3 kilometers roughly away from where I am on top of the hill. And as you can see, I'm zooming right on in here, and of course, it's going to get a little blurry at this point, but overall I thought it was very, very good, considering the the heat and the smoke that's going on, and the ask that I'm looking at trying to get out of this unit. I mean, very, very good, vivid, clear detail, even at sort of longer range zooming in levels. For me, this would be great to watch rounds landing on target. It would be absolutely incredible. But if you're using it for hunting and maybe you want to observe things like moving targets, I was able to track that. I would encourage you to definitely get a tripod, or trying to set up that allows you to trace targets quickly without having to worry about refocusing. The focus was really good. I didn't really have to adjust the focus a huge amount. I probably could have zeroed this in a little bit better as this moving, I wanted to say target, but this moving golf cart is transitioning across this terrain here. But again, I'm getting a nice wide field of view. Really, really crystal clear footage here. This is, I think, 4K at 30 FPS. I'm about to show you 4K at 120 FPS, showing our beautiful Canadian flag. But guys, if you're looking at something at fairly, medium range, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers away, this is definitely something you're going to want to look at. For the price range, I personally found the NV200 to be very, very, very fair. I think it's around about $370 right now, which for me, for something like this is an incredible price and value of what you're getting out of this. A recordable binocular set that also has night vision capability. Really, really nice. These guys are having a lot of fun playing their little short game here at the golf course. But let's take a look at the more, 4K 120 FPS resolution right away here. And here it is, again, maxed out in terms of my zoom out field of view, and now we're zeroing in nice and close on these people grabbing their golf caddies, about ready to go, and the beautiful Canadian flag, which again, with frame rate, is very, very good. Its playback is really, really crisp, really nice. A little blurry, of course, at this range. Again, smoke, heat, etc. impact here. Trying to keep it steady on the tripod. But if you're trying to look at something, up to 2 or 3 kilometers away and recording it, probably a viable option for sure. If you're looking to, do reconnoitering of license plates at 3 or 4 kilometers away, this may not be the way. But you can see, just in terms of the flag blowing away there in the wind, you're getting enough detail there to recognize some pretty prominent features of the land or what's going on. Again, looking at license plates and things, or long-range text or detail, maybe a little bit more challenging on this unit. But I really, really enjoyed the fact that I could use this now for a multitude of different Army applications, with even in a dismounted setting that's not an observer, just using it to kind of scan the horizon and look for different targets or positions. Really, really nice. And it refocuses fairly quickly. When you're transitioning across the terrain, it doesn't take long for it to refocus. So I really like this unit, folks. I would strongly encourage you to go check out Oneleaf.ai's website. I will put the link in the description box below. Please go check them out. The number of features that this unit has is really, really good. I mean, For the money you're paying for a low-key, medium-range sort of optic, whether it be night or day, this is really, really good. You're getting 20 times digital zoom, really good 4K recording at up to 120 FPS. The night vision capability giving you up to about 657 yards or 2,000 feet roughly, and the laser rangefinder capability is up to 3,200 feet or 1,093 yards. It's accurate up to 2 yards in distance, so error rate is about 2 yards when pinpointing something. It can create pictures. It has a micro SD card of around 256 gigabytes. It does have a microphone, an incredible battery life of 12 hours, which is really, really useful when you're doing longer range observation. It is IP rated to IPX6, so it is also waterproof. It's lightweight and weighs around 1.83 pounds, and of course, as I mentioned to you before, it does have all the ergonomic items on there that make things, a lot more easier for you to carry and holster it around. It does have really nice lenses, I find, with the optics on there, that 20 times digital zoom, really, really nice. And with a Sony Starvis sensor, which is outstanding visibility under starlight. The unit does come with a 2-year free warranty and software with lifetime updates, giving you peace of mind of actually using the system. And of course, for me, the price, as I mentioned, is pretty good for something that's just sort of a low-key entry system. In the box, you're getting the unit itself, the head strap, the bag to carry it in, the mounting fixture, the charging port, the batteries, wiping cloth, and a 120 gigabyte SD card, allowing you to store right away stuff inside the unit. There's nothing worse than buying something and then you can't actually use it because you have to go to the store and go buy a bloody SD card. So it's really, really nice. And of course, you can actually plug it in with an HDMI projection, so you can plug directly into the headset onto a TV to what's going on your camera, which is really nice. You could even use it for potentially security setups, if you're in a hide or whatever else like that. So guys, please go check out the Oneleaf.ai website for the NV200, and I appreciate you stopping by today. All the best, folks. Bye-bye.